What up? We are at our pickup here on a Saturday, believe it or not. First time for everything, I suppose. We're in a big parking lot at a warehouse, waiting for them to load some big ass broiler or something on the back of the trailer. And I'm gonna chain it up, strap it down, and we're gonna get ready to go. We're already set up, and this is all gonna be on the GoPro footage. So the wife talked me into, she's like, I'd like to watch you work. I was like, well, I set up a spot on the back of the bed of the truck so you can catch all the bed, so backing and stuff like that could be viewed, but I'm too lazy to get back there and hook it up every single time. I'm not gonna leave my GoPro out connected to the truck, you know. So anyways, cacao. Well, I just wanted to go ahead and get where I'm gonna be pulling in and out, how I'm gonna be backing in and shit, kind of get a view of the land here. It's the weekend, so nobody's in the parking lot. All right, you guys, that's where I turned around, and I'm gonna have to pull forward and back into this door so that they can load this big ass piece of equipment in the truck. There's the door. Just have to pull up and cut it out. Should be an easy back. Shouldn't be a problem. Obviously, I've got all this shit on the back of my truck. You guys see that in the GoPro footage. And then there's the bent ass. There's that. It's bent, obviously. But yeah, should be a easy load. One piece of equipment. Looks pretty heavy. I'm set up. I'm ready to go. Oh look, free safety glasses. Huh. Nice. I'll keep these. Anyways, I got my GoPro set up to connect wirelessly to my phone so I can start it back up, and whenever I'm in the truck, as soon as they give me the go ahead, I'm going to start it up and I'm back in and get the process started. Well, I'm a little early, but hopefully this is a good enough angle too. We'll see. Now we wait. that's kind of what I went through today with my load. I'm in berth now. I'm stopped. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm looking like James Franco on Spider-Man 3 with his eyes all fucking like drooped. One's drooped. That means he's evil, you know? He's got that evil eye. And that's like natural. I'm not even trying to do that. I'm tired and I'm exhausted and I'm fucking drowning, man. You know, I paid my rent. I paid my rent on time for the last, I'd say 15 months, 16 months. On time, never been late or anything like that. My landlord knows that times are tough. Yet, I even called ahead and I told him that we're going to be a little late on rent. I don't have the money right now. So, you know, I plan on paying it soon, but I can't give you a definite time, but it'll definitely be before the end of the month. And of course he agreed. Of course, I mean, what can he do really besides agree with it? And he's still gonna fucking charge me late fees. I'm like, dude, you know times are tough, bro. Like, what? Whatever. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. So I got this load. It's fucking massive. It's like 4 pieces. I only showed the one, and then I showed the end product after everything was said and done. I had to stop about 7 times because my landing gear is fucked up. My dunnage has to sit on the trailer, and over time they've warped and been used and smashed, and they're different sizes and shapes now. I think it's time to replace them. So they don't really all sit evenly. That's why I had it all, like in the very beginning of that video, you saw how I had that special little contraption with my tarps in the middle. That's how I have to roll now. So when that load is as big as you saw, I laid all the dunnage underneath that one piece, and obviously they all moved. So I had to stop to adjust the dunnage every once in a while, trying to get it to stay. Given that they're all different sizes, it was very difficult to do the chain deal, you know, where they usually see flatbedders with like chains on either side blocking them, and they're stacked straight up like this. Well, I can't do that because they're all uneven and not working. They won't work in unison like that. So I had 5 pieces that I wasn't using. They're all 4x4s, 8 foot long. So I had to contract something. I used some edge protectors that covered the whole thing, and basically I have it flush with the edge of the trailer on both sides, and then I put bungees across to keep them together, and that seemed to have gotten me at least 200 miles with no issue. One of my straps got ripped. I had let one of the guys, he was already on top, he was putting stickers on the machinery that I have, and he's like, hand it to me and I'll throw it over. He didn't tell me. Now, it's my bad. I should have checked to make sure, but that was my 7th stop I had to make. Basically, I wasted about 2 hours fixing the dunnage, and so I need to get this fucking trailer fixed. And then the strap, I had to take the strap off and restrap it and shit. And you know, people are dicks. They don't care if you're on the side of the road or broke down or whatever. They're gonna fucking haul ass past you, and you're just in their way. But something I did want to say, I after making that video, you know, I'll sometimes go back and watch it, make sure I didn't say anything fucking stupid. Yeah, too late, right? If I did say something stupid, it's already up there and on the interwebs. So, but I'll go back through and I'll watch, and then I looked, and then I'll have a video linked below. It was one of the first videos I made on my channel, and it was talking about how I messed myself. It's very funny. Still, I feel like I laugh. The story, the way I tell the story, I'm so full of hope and energy, and I'm excited to take on this new journey that I'm on. And you know, I just started at Stevens. I think it was like day 5. I was on the truck solo, just out of grad phase, and I didn't have any of the provisions I have now. You know, I'm a seasoned beginner still, I would say. I haven't even been driving for 2 years. I know enough to get me in trouble. I know enough to stay out of trouble. And stay safe for the most part. And yeah, it ended up I looked, basically the moral of the whole thing is what I'm getting at, is that my hair and my beard were one color. And you can see right now I'm starting to get some salt in that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting like it's getting bad. The stress levels, like every day I'm stressing about something, and it's not good for me. I'm not eating right. I'm getting stressed out. Then some fucking asshole comes on and is like, you start fucking shit up, then you need to get out the truck. It's not even about that, man. Like, shit happens. Accidents happen. You're gonna stop fucking life because you stubbed your toe? Like, shut up. Move the fuck on. You don't want to fucking watch the video? Move on. So, yeah, this load picked up today. It's Saturday. So I'm not going to be able to take a 34. So I'm going to take it easy the next 2 days. I'm going to run on recaps. I began my stop by moving all my videos over. It's about an hour's worth of footage, and I only used about 2 minutes. And then, of course, I put it together on the laptop. Now I'm bringing it over to the phone, and then I had to edit it all on the phone, and now I'm uploading it. Now I got to find out where I'm stopping tomorrow. It's a 5-hour drive to my destination tomorrow, and I'm going to stop somewhere closer than 5 hours away. I really don't want to drive 5 hours on a Monday morning super early. So I'll drive it tomorrow, and then I'll take an extended break until the load's due at 9 o'clock in somewhere in New York, Utica, I think, something like that. It's over there by Syracuse, which I don't like being up here in the Northeast. I really don't want to be up here with the tolls and the fuel prices being higher and all that. So I didn't even lead up to what happened yesterday. I drove 2.5 hours on a load that I had for JB Hunt. You guys, I talked about it in that video where I had my weekend planned. I get half an hour out, he calls me. Now, where I made my drop in the morning, I was 2 hours early. They took me, I was docked at 8. They lost the remote to the crane. Me and another guy were sitting there in the dock waiting to get unloaded. I had 2 fucking coils, 2 steel coils to get unloaded. They couldn't find the remote to the crane. I was there for 3 hours in the dock waiting to get unloaded. I'm 2.5 hours away from my next pickup in Indiana. I'm 30 minutes out. The broker calls me and I tell him, you know, I'm here. I'm almost there. And what I didn't realize is in that part of Indiana, the time went forward an hour. So it would have been 1:30 when I got there instead of noon when I was supposed to be. So I thought I was only going to be a half an hour late. I was actually going to be an hour and a half late, which was no fault of my own. I was early at my drop. If anything, it was poor planning on our side, the dispatch side. Basically playing it how we've been playing it for a while, where we're cutting it by the nut hairs. Like I'm constantly stressed because I'm constantly having to race the clock to get to my pickup before they fucking close, or I'm having to go all the time, and there's like no relaxation at all when it's time to, like, the most amount of relaxation I get is when I'm fucking driving. And if you can imagine, lately it's been day after day, drop and pick up in the same day. Not able to shower every day either because my pickups usually take forever, and I'm splitting berth, and then I'm driving till 6 or 7 o'clock at night, and I'm up at 2 or 3 in the morning. So I'm working like 14 to 16 hour days, sleeping at least my 10, and doing it all again the next day. And I'm constantly racing, and I'm constantly doing these 2-hour deadheads. And now I've got a bad taste in my mouth about doing that. I've had a bad taste in my mouth about driving 2.5 hours, 2 hours, and an hour and a half to go pick up these loads. And the funny thing is I took tolls, spent 120 to 150 miles, and I even got to the place and I still tried to check in. They already had my pickup number under somebody else's name and another company. So I sat there for like half an hour. After that, my dispatch told me to go ahead and go anyways. So I went ahead and went because there's fucking nowhere to stop out there. Well, there wasn't anywhere en route. And it was a one lane road going both ways and no shoulder. So there was nowhere to stop. So I just had to keep pushing forward. Where the fuck else was I going to go? So I wasted fuel. I wasted time. I wasted tolls. Now, what's funny is we got another load. It ended up paying pretty good. I'm getting almost $3,000 to drive 700 miles. So that's fucking great. That's compared to what I've been getting lately. That's really good. So the funny thing is about that is that this load was about 20 miles away from my drop. So I basically deadheaded 4 fucking hours and took tolls 2 different ways to get right back to where I left to pick this load up. And I couldn't pick it up until today because I was going to be there too late. Traffic going into fucking Chicago off 80. Oh my God, dude. And even today, it was backed the fuck up. They have so much construction right there, and there's just so many people. it's the main hub from people traveling from Indiana to Illinois and vice versa. So it's just straight up, just fucking balls to the wall all the time. So I finally got the fucking load, and then of course I'm having issues with the dunnage and shifting shit. The load's fine, everything's great, it's staying in place, nothing's moved or shifted, and it's just the dunnage. And of course the dunnage at one point was like sticking out 6 inches. On the driver's side, I had to stop, and every time that happened, I had to stop, and I tried to do something new. It took me about 20 to 30 minutes to fabricate some way to get them to stay there without them moving, and I finally landed on using edge protectors and bungee cords, and that seems to be doing fairly well for now. At least if it shifts, it's not like fucking falling off the truck or anything. So I'll be in New York tomorrow. I'm still in Ohio. I'm probably going to get some more fuel. I got 70 gallons today, and I burned it all up, fucking stopping and going all these times. My fuel mileage just tanked. But at least, hopefully, I'll be at $10,000 this week, gross. It came with a lot of fucking work. I'm dead fucking tired. Like, you can see just the shimmers. That's all grays. And, like, that's mostly, I've never been able to grow a full, beard, so I just kind of roll with whatever I got. I wasn't blessed, I guess, with that full beardness. Hell, this is longer than I usually like to keep it, but anyways, it's 11 minutes just on this part right here at the end. This is going to be a longer video, but whatever. I haven't posted a lot, and yeah, whatever. So I don't know about the electrician thing. I don't think that I can survive learning the trade at $20 an hour, if that. For 2 years, when I'm used to making, and I have a lifestyle that requires me to make over $5,000 a month to stay ahead. Obviously, I'm not making that now, and I'm struggling a little bit, but something's got to give, right? Something's got to give. So hopefully y'all enjoyed the beginning of this. Kind of tapered off here at the end and got a little depressing, but I just figured it helps, it helps to vent and get it off your chest. And I'm not irate right now. I ate and showered, and I've just been relaxed to put this video together, so I'm trying not to yawn because I don't want y'all to yawn. It's contagious. Anyways, remember, just ladies, love it, hate, fucking ready to take care. I'll see y'all another time.